Hi everyone, Donna Log Cabin Stitcher, and I just thought I'd show you some projects that I've been working on, a couple of finished objects, and I got a couple purchases. I'll start with finished objects. I finished my blue blanket. This was some yarn. I think I got it at a garage sale, but it's really big, so I'll try to scoot back. This is it. Goes way down. You use 2 strands of yarn when you're making it, and so it goes really quick. It's like a shell design. And then I did the border a little different than what the pattern called for. I just did a simple shell border. So I figured that matched the blanket. And I do have to tuck in the ends yet. So that is that one. And I still have a lot of blue yarn left. So I will show you, I started another Afghan, so I will show you that one in a few minutes. The next thing I have, I love going to thrift stores. So I picked up this bag of yarn, and somebody had started a project, but I took it back apart. But it ended up being 2 skeins of I Love This Chunky yarn, and the color is Dawn Rose. So I got let's see, they charged me $2 for 2 skeins, $2 for both the skeins. So I made 2 hats, 2 of my go-to hats that I like to do. And then I didn't have quite enough left to make a 3rd hat, so I just added some variegated yarn that I have. So I made those 3 hats, and then I keep my scraps when I make a hat. If I have anything left, I have a plastic bag that I keep my scraps in, and it was getting kind of full, so I made this scrappy hat. And I gotta tuck the ends in. So I made that one, and then I started some other ones. I tried to color coordinate them a little bit, but I ran out of colors that would kind of match, so this is how far I got on that one. So when I get some more scraps, I'll add to it, and then this one's kind of purples, grays. Got that one started. And let's see, I got some scarves made. I will show you those in a later video because I want to show you how to make them. They're very simple to do. So I got some of those done. And then I have my Mary Maxim kit for August. I got it done to what the pattern called for, but I want to add sleeves to this, so it's really kind of a work in project. It's not really done, but this is what it is. It's a little tank top, and there's like a mesh border on the bottom. I did make it a little longer than what it called for. So I have 2 skeins. It came with 4 skeins, the kit, and I have 2 skeins left of this cotton fair. So I'm going to put some sleeves in this so I can wear it this fall. So that one's kind of a work in progress. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, my next Afghan that I started with my blue yarn. It is this one here. Real simple pattern, and again you hold 2 strands of yarn together. And what I do, I kind of brought this up in one of my other videos and people seem to like it. I take a copy of my pattern and then I put it on one of these magnetic boards, and then I just as I go down the rows, you know, when I get that row done, then I move it down my marker down so I can keep my place. So I keep that with my Afghan. And then I have, I started the other night, I found this yarn. I don't know where I got it. Again, probably secondhand store. But see how it's kind of, it's got bumps to it. So I figured it'd be kind of hard to, if you crocheted, it'd be hard to see the stitches. So I added black yarn to it. So I'm holding 2 strands together, and I am knitting a scarf. I just put it on great big needles. I have 18 stitches on there, and I'm just knitting away. Just knit back and forth, and it's really soft, squishy. So I am working on that. It's just a simple project. You know, you can just pick up when you don't want to concentrate too much. And what else? Oh, I have, this is a Mary Maxim kit, Making Friends blanket. Little baby blanket, or for a little toddler. It's single crochet every row, and you just change your colors as you go along. And I showed this one before. I haven't got too much more done on it, a few more rows, but I did start tucking in all my ends that were hanging out. So anyway, this is the elephant legs. And then as you go across, here is, I got all these bobbins hanging down. Here is the little turtle. So I got some of him done. So I need to work on that one a little more. I kind of put that one aside. I haven't worked on it for a little bit, but I enjoy doing it. So I need to get it back out and work on it. What else do I have? Oh, I have, I'm trying to, I didn't get all my Mary Maxim kits done last year that I got. So this is the Borealis wrap. So I just started on it. I'm not very far at all. This is how much I have done. So I am working on that one. And I think that's it for my projects I'm working on right now. Like I said, I like to go to thrift stores. So at my local thrift store, I found a bag of vintage granny squares like this. And they are, I think they're 4-inch squares, and some of them they started sewing together. And there are 66 of them, and I found this brown yarn, 2 skeins of this brown yarn, and I thought, well, I could go around each square and attach them as I go, and then maybe make a tote bag. But when I went to the thrift store, I also found this magazine, Yarn Crafts. A lot of granny square projects in there. So I thought, well, with those squares, there was a tote bag in here. I thought, well, I can make that, but make it bigger since I have 66 squares. But as I was looking through this book, I found this pattern. And I think that's what they intended to make with these squares. It takes 66 4-inch squares, and that's exactly what I have. So I'm not sure if that's what I'll do, if I'll sew them together and make a jacket. Looks kind of boho, but I like it. So that might be the project I use with that one. And then I also got a couple books. This one's Crochet for a Beautiful Home. I love the Afghan on the front. That would be a good one for scraps. But there's all kinds of things in here, Afghans and pillows, all kinds of borders, towels, things like that. But there is a cute little hammock. I thought maybe I'd try that. I have some macrame cord that I've had for a long time. I thought, I might try to make that with that macrame cord. So another project for another day. And then I also got this book, Crocheting for Pleasure. And it is a very old, well, not that old. 1983 is the copyright. But there's all kinds of stitches in here and how-tos, and then there's all kinds of patterns, really neat afghans and baby clothes, but anyway, there's some fun sweaters in here. Thought maybe try that one. And show you a couple more. This one is really fun. That one. And this is like a little tank top, and then like a shawl that goes with it. Pretty. And oh, pretty. All that, it's funny, all that blue yarn I got at a garage sales. It's old yarn, and there was a pattern in there, and I didn't really want to make that pattern with it. But that pattern is in this book. It was like somebody copied the pattern and it was just in with that yarn. But this is it. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Anyway, it's just like double crochet rows, and then you do some rows of shell stitch. And then you do some rows of double crochet, and then some rows of popcorn stitch. But that looks like a fun afghan for someday. And then I definitely want to make this. This is so cute. A little puppy. And you can definitely make that one out of scraps. So I want to try that someday. So I think that is everything for this time. I'm sitting in my kitchen and I have all my stuff piled around me on my table. So I will hopefully get this put away before my husband gets home, because it's a big mess. But I think that's it for now. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will be back soon.